Okay, so what's up guys? Basically, I'm going to be including this game as part of the Road to Diamond series. However, I will warn you now, it's more going to be a self-analysis video, and basically, how could I have won this game, which in my mind was completely unwinnable. And obviously, I have a Caitlyn game called How to Win Unwinnable Games, but I mean, I tried them same tactics, and I just felt like this game was unwinnable when I played it, and I called the game How Do I Win This Game Ever in my LoL replay. So that kind of explains how I felt about this game when I played it. Now, I'm going to watch it back. It's been about a week and a half since I actually played this game, so hopefully my mind will be clearer and I won't be so confused, I guess, and frustrated about actually losing this game, because it was a pretty frustrating game to lose. And I can actually, learn from it, I guess, because that's ultimately the whole goal of this, is to learn from my play and get better. And learning from watching games like this is obviously the best way to learn. So it's gonna be hard to watch because I really don't like watching these kind of games myself, because I feel like it's gonna be one of them games where I make maybe 3 or 4 or 5 mistakes, which aren't that big, and then I can look around the map and just see mistakes being made everywhere, and it's just like a shit fest of just retardation, and it's just not really entertaining for me to watch, but it's good to learn, and that's basically what this video is going to be. It's going to be me learning the game, and hopefully you can learn things along with it, because obviously if you're a lower elo player, you probably get put in situations like this quite often where your team just doesn't really do anything, and then you're left stood there thinking, what am I meant to do? That's basically what this game was. So, start off, I'm not using lifesteal quints this game. I'm not really sure why. This was I think this was just before I discovered that Infinity Edge was really good with lifesteal quints on Caitlyn, and I was still using Bloodthirster just to try and, I don't know, I'm not really sure why I was using Bloodthirster. I guess I just like the sustain, but I will see sort of how that affects me in this game. So that could be one of the things that's actually a big, major cause of me not being able to do enough damage. Maybe. Anyway, we'll see. So, laning phase versus Sona Varus. Varus DC'd at level 1, so obviously it's a ranked game. I'm going to try and abuse that and do what I can. Casting gets ganked level 1 by Fizz, and I mean, if you look at their team as an AD carry, I see Fizz, which can one-hit me because he's got double summoners. Never fun at all to play against the Fizz as a carry. Like, I don't care who you are, it's just not fun. They got a top lane Nasus, which obviously Wither is really, really, really stupid, and it's hard to play Caitlyn against Nasus. I'm not really sure why I picked Caitlyn into Nasus, because Caitlyn relies on her attacks pretty much. She relies on auto attacking, and Wither completely gets rid of her auto attack. And I didn't take cleanse, so I couldn't even get rid of that. Obviously, that's probably a mistake. I really probably should have took cleanse against their team, considering they have like a lot of things to cleanse on their team. So that's the first thing I would notice here. Should have took cleanse, not barrier. Probably a big, major, important thing, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, and they'd have Jack's jungle, which, if he gets items, can just smash me, and I can't do anything about it. So there are 3 heroes really that I really don't want to play against. And we have a team that's like, there's no synergy really. We have like a Tryndamere who doesn't really have a lot of synergy with a lot of heroes. Then we have Kassadin, who obviously has some synergy with Maokai, and that's pretty good. But then, yeah. So yeah, Tryndamere gets ganked by Jax. Doesn't really do a lot. Hits him, gets ignited, uses red potion, and gets a kill. That's pretty cool. Double kill, yeah, that's good. See, this is what annoys me about this kind of game, watching it back, is like, 4 minutes into the game, it's looking pretty good, you know. It's like, oh, this team's alright. They're winning on creep kills, you know, they got double kill, yeah. It's going alright. And then I remember how this game ends, and it just makes me sad just thinking about it. I think this game is a great example of how people can play the laning phase, but then when it gets to like the mid game, they just fall apart and don't have a clue how to play the game. Because honestly, at my elo, kind of a lot of games have won in the laning phase. I don't want to say like won, but mentally, really, a lot of people just give up in the laning phase. Like if they go 0-4 or whatever, they just give up and they don't care. And then like that pretty much wins you a game quite often, where you just stomp the laning phase so hard that like mid lane's like, oh, report bottom lane for feeding noobs like 15 minutes into the game, and then he goes AFK because he just doesn't want to play with them. That happens really quite often. So winning laning phase is actually like a really good way to gain elo, even if you can't play the rest of the game, which is kind of what a lot of these players, I think, personally, play like. I mean, obviously they don't play to win the laning phase, because you should play to win the laning phase, but it's kind of a side effect of just mentality issues, I guess. I mean, I guess this game gets interesting in about 10 minutes, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit because I don't want to watch too much. But, yeah, basically from what I remember, Tryndamere ends up just being useless, and Casting ends up being like completely useless as well, and it's quite annoying really. We'll see. Here I think I could probably be killing this Sona, I'm not really sure why I'm not. I mean, I've just seen Jax. Have I? No, we haven't a vision of Jax. Which is probably why I've not tried to go Sona yet, because usually when people are like this, they're either really bad or they're baiting. And at this elo, you don't really expect people to be really bad, but sometimes they are. And that's a common mistake I make quite often actually, where I will give someone too much respect for actually being good at the game, and then it turns out that actually, in the end, they were just bad the whole time, and I could have killed them numerous times. Now, I mean, I'm sure anyone looking at this video can think, why is this Sona not recalling? She starts recalling, or why is she not healing herself, or just doing anything? And then she kind of stays again, and it's just like, I don't know. My mindset at this moment was we see Jack's middle, so I know there's no bait now. I guess this is where I should get aggressive. But for some reason I'm not. I guess it's because Lulu's low. But so we trap Sona, and then she just dies. Okay. Exhaust comes down to Varus. Not really sure why Lulu ran that way, because maybe to get in the bush, I guess. And I barried here and flashed and killed Varus, I guess. Why didn't I flash? I did flash. Okay, so I got Devil Color. And like I said before, I just mentioned something about that Sona, and then like it actually paid off. Because, honestly, you're watching this video now. It is 5 in the morning, so I'm sorry if I'm getting a bit antsy, I guess, about this. But honestly, right, you would not think that Sona was a platinum player. She just stepped into a trap when she had 200 HP left and died by a Q from Caitlyn. Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you're watching this video on some small bizarre chance that you're watching this video, what was that? Just what on earth were you doing? I don't understand it, and I never will understand it. This is one of the things I get quite frustrated watching my replays back when I see people do like, things like that, and then I get annoyed at myself for not like capitalizing on it sooner. Because if I knew she was going to play out this, like I could have been so aggressive and made it into a 2v1 lane, really, but I didn't. So first things first, I guess. That's a mistake I made. I could have dominated this lane harder than I did, and I could have had Lifesteal Quints and built an Infinity Edge also. Because you see how I spent 800 gold on a Vamp Scepter? Which isn't a bad thing when you don't have Lifesteal Quints, obviously, but yeah. I think this is the point of the game where I realised casting was kind of like stupid. I don't want to be like negative and bad mannered, but that's the only way I'm going to describe it at this point. Because you're playing Kassadin, okay? And then like things are going down top lane, okay? You probably shouldn't move 3v2 because that's not a great place to move in. But it's not even like he's using his W to push the wave or using his E. Like if he uses W, he could E the wave and push it. He's just kind of like not doing a lot. He's just right clicking to catapult. He's not even like he missed a creep. He missed another creep, and I got a kill bottom. This is meant to be about me. It's not meant to be about my team, but yeah. This is okay. This is something that really annoys me with mid players. You either push the lane or you go and like help gank. You don't do neither. And this Castin like pushes a lane now, and it's like, yo, that's like 30 seconds too late. You could have been bottom or top by now, or hitting the tower. But instead, you just kind of didn't really do a lot. Anyway, back to my own play before I get like too frustrated at watching other people play. We'll see what happens. I could have hit this Varus here. Okay, I did Q him. That's good. And obviously, when you play a Caitlyn lane, I play to split push when I play Caitlyn. Or I used to anyway. I don't anymore really. I hit my Q, and I didn't ult it there. Oh, it was on cooldown. Okay, that's fair enough then. That's not really a mistake from me. I could have E'd backwards into the tower and tried to kill him, but it's so risky that it's just not worth doing. And then they leave Sona by himself, who's died twice because I killed him again. I really think I could have been getting Infinity Edge here. I really don't think Bloodthirster was a good choice. I need the damage against a Nasus, not a Bloodthirster, because I'm not going to be getting many auto attacks off as it is. So every auto attack I get off has to matter, and with an Infinity Edge it matters more than Bloodthirster. And honestly, if I'm gonna die, like I'm gonna die against this team. Bloodthirster's survivability, I guess, sustainability is not really gonna save me at all. So Tryndamere, like, I don't know what this is. It's just like a lot of, what was that? Tryndamere just died without using his ultimate. Like, this is the kind of game, I get so frustrated watching them back because I don't understand. I get quite a lot of comments actually on my recent Road to Diamond games. People are like, how are these people at your elo? And that's not even the worst of it. This is the thing that you guys don't get. Like, the worst of it, I don't even show you because it annoys me so much that I don't even want to make a video out of it because it's just so annoying for me to watch and just like. The question comes in my head: how are these people at my elo? Tryndamere just died without using his ultimate. Like, come on, man. You can't pick Tryndamere and not use his ultimate. Like, it's just amazing to me. Here I eat Varus' ultimate, which is pretty good. And I tried to snipe Sona. Only thing I could do there. That was the best choice. And then Jax tries to bait me. I die? No, I get... Yeah, I die. Okay. Okay. Before this happens, I already had my doubts about casting, just from being 0-2 and not really doing a lot. And then I remember this in the game fluently, where like I was like, oh man, this casting, that's a triple kill. Like, how do you not kill this? 200 HP Sona, 400 HP Jax, and a Varus under the tower who's going to get hit by tower. Like, you can look at the situation and be like, okay, a decent casting would play this pretty safe, you know, relatively safe. Pick them apart with Q, and then rift walk on them for the kill. And his ignite's up in, like, I don't know, about 20 seconds, 15 seconds, something like that. And then just watch what he does, and then just be like, this really annoyed me in the game, actually. Okay, so Ignite comes down. Ignite was up, actually, so I guess my UI just bugged. But he has Ignite on his Varus, okay? So that should be a dead Varus in theory. He has Q up, he has E, you know, he can do things. Okay, gets healed by Sona, attacks Jax, rift walks onto Jax, and then dies. How do you manage that? How on earth is that possible? To just mess that up so hard when you have such an advantage already, like... Oh, it's really frustrating. It really is. Right, so... Back to me, I guess, because watching these people play is just driving me mental. Bloodthirster, yeah. Bad choice, I think. How much gold do I have here? Not a lot, okay. I don't know. I still think Bloodthirster was a bad choice, but then, like I said, if I'd have known what I know now, I would have used Lifesteal Quints and built an Infinity Edge. 100% guaranteed. That would have been my choice. So that's one of the things I can pick up on in my own play that was a mistake, but I know better already, so it's not really beneficial to me realizing that now because, well, I guess it is, because it still makes me less confused about this game as to why I lost and why I felt like I was useless. Because honestly, the later this game gets, the more useless I start to feel, and that helps sort of get rid of that useless feeling that I had in this game, I guess. At least I can understand. I don't mind feeling useless as long as I can understand why I feel useless. Whereas this game, I just felt like, oh man, this team. And I'm sure a lot of you in solo queue get that same feeling quite often, where it's like, oh man, this team, this team. I never really try not to flame in chat, but this team. I play them in my videos instead, because then they can't see it, you know. It's a bit better, but yeah. And this guy would AP Tryndamere after the nerf as well. A bit questionable. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Okay, we're back in lane. I should be being aggressive here. I'm an item up on Varus. I think why I probably wasn't too aggressive was that Sona. I don't know why that's on. Okay, Sona has an ultimate obviously, which I can't really get out of, and then Varus has an ultimate which I can't really get out of. So me not having cleanse here really hurt me, I think. You see here I got double ultimate, and I couldn't really do a lot, but then that was a nice EQ, like. But if I had cleanse, that would have been pretty different, I think, in general, because I didn't use barrier at all there. So, but if I had cleanse, I could have got out of that and been more aggressive. Because I was obviously you've always got to be scared. You get caught in a Sonar ultimate, and then Varus uses his ultimate in the Sonar ultimate, and then it's like, how long is it? 1.5 plus 2, so 3.5 seconds where you can't really move and do a lot. That's a long time to be stood there in a team fight, or in a 2v2 fight bottom lane. That's like, literally the difference between winning and losing a team fight bottom lane. So I mean, I guess that's why I was scared. And Cleanse would have solved that issue because I can deal with only being Varus ulted because that's only an immobilize. That doesn't really bother me. What I can't deal with is being stunned by Sona. So Cleanse. The more and more I watch this game, the more I realise that Cleanse was obviously the best choice. Now here, this was something I remember the game as well. I wanted to kill the Sona here, but instead I backed off to the tower because I realised they were doing Dragon. And Nightjax didn't, and then he just kind of fell over. Because you don't really live against that. Fish comes down, Jax jump, dead. Yeah, not really much living that. My chap almost kills Jax. Look, oh man, that health, 28 health. It was really unlucky. And I'd probably go for like a random kill because I know Fish doesn't have fish. Fish doesn't have fish? Fizz doesn't have fish. And I barrier up and flash to the tower because I couldn't get the kill. And then Varus actually makes a really nice flash Q there and kills me. So that was a mistake there from me. I flashed for a kill. Well, I went for a kill that I never actually ended up getting. And used my flash and my barrier. Because I guess I just didn't realise that the Fish was so strong at this point in the game. Like a 5-0-4 Fizz is going to 1v1 me. Even if I stand there attacking him, he's still going to 1v1 me and kill me. Like, and here again, Caster makes the wrong choice. He pushes mid tower instead of coming down to get 3 kills. But I guess after seeing last time he tried to do that, he decided not, and he just died without using his ultimate again. Are you kidding? Like, oh man, how can you? Okay, let's not get angry about it. There's no point in getting angry about it. But I don't know. It's amazing to me. It really is absolutely amazing. So now we have a 1-3 Castan, 0-4 Tryndamere. I've got the most creep kills in the game. There's one saving grace really about this game is that I've got the most creep kills, and I always say this quite often to people. Yeah, that's great English. I always say this to people. If you want to gain elo, make sure every game you have the most creep kills in the game, because that means you have better items than them, and you're just ahead of them on experience, and you're just ahead. Like, without doing anything, you're ahead just having most creep kills. And I think that's a really good test of like where you place in your elo, I guess. Like, if I'm maintaining highest creep kills in the game, I feel like I belong here. If not, I'm better than people at my elo. And watching this game, it's hard for me to say that I'm not better than people at this elo because this Tryndamere and this Castan, you know. Yeah. So how I catch Sona? I wonder if I actually kill her. I mean, I doubt it because, yeah. If I had Infinity Edge, I could have done more damage there, but I wouldn't have killed her. Fizz goes for a gank here, but we have a pink order, so we know. And messes the up. That was really, really special. Castan, I don't know what he's doing. And then it's just sort of a stalemate, weird stalemate. Killed a ward, obviously. Now he pinks our pink. I kill it. Wasted a pink ward. Didn't even try and hit our pink ward. He just kind of walked around. They go for a 3v2 fight here mid. Okay, let's see what happens. Tryndamere uses his ultimate. Wow, that actually happened. And obviously he runs away. That's the correct choice. Makai tries to kill him. Doesn't happen. And then I'm just pushing bottom lane because I don't really care. This Tryndamere is such a useless. Tryndamere in my mind at this point is useless, so trying to help him is just like pointless to me. So I just let him die. Probably a mistake from me, but at the same time watching it back I don't really think it was that much of a mistake. Because I couldn't have helped him anyway. I don't think. Instead I catch Varus and do quite a bit of damage to him. Cancel my attack there, that was really weird. I got the animation off but no damage. Sona messes up, gets caught. Headshot was really nice. Nice EQ out of Sona ultimate. And I should probably try an ultimate here, but I know that if I ultimate, that it's going to get blocked by Varus, so I don't even bother trying. Fizz comes out with Home Guard and kills Lulu? No? That was nice. And I think I hit my ultimate on Sona here. I should do anyway. Yeah, I do. So that's good. Didn't kill her, but then Glitter Lance came. Oh my god, that was close. And she didn't actually die somehow, but I couldn't have done anything more there. That's the important thing. I couldn't have actually done anything more there. So, Castan just got soloed by a Nasus. How that happens, I will never know. I don't really want to rewind, replay and watch it because it's going to annoy me. Nasus killed 2 people. Maokai comes in for the attempt to kill and actually kills him, which is cool. Maokai's got the one saving grace from this game. He actually played pretty well. And obviously, when you're jungle, it's really hard to play jungle when you have like a mid and top like this, 1 and 6, 1 and 5. It's quite hard to jungle when you have a team like that. So I'm not gonna say anything about this Maokai. He played pretty well. And I guess by now the enemy team, this happens quite often at high reloads where the enemy team realizes that like, okay, mid and top are pretty stupid. Bottom lane's got the most creep kills in the game, and they're doing like pretty well. I mean, 170 creep kills almost, 4 and 2. That's not bad for a Caitlyn. And then they kind of realize, okay, it's probably time we just camp them, and then that kind of happens now. I think this is basically the point where the game started to feel really over to me, because you don't realize how strong people are until they sort of come to your lane and just bully you, and that's kind of what happened here. So I just killed him on a jump. That was pretty cool. He kind of died in the trees. Varus ultimated me. Not going to beat me 1v1, I don't think. Oh, he does. Wow. And Castin just kind of like stood there watching, and then decided to rift walk in when I was almost dead. And just, oh man, I don't know what that play was at all. Like, unreal level of play that was. Unreal. I should probably put a chat on this game, but I just don't want to see it, because I remember there's a lot of anger in this chat. So, I'm going to avoid turning that on for now, I think. And here Maokai wants to go for this kill, which obviously is the right choice, because they have no mana really, and they're kind of low, and they have no ultimates, apart from Sona. But then Tryndamere is like, nah, killing creeps, man. Killing creeps. I mean, he's not worth any gold by now anyway, so I mean, I don't really see why he wouldn't bother going for that, but he just kind of didn't. So I finished with Phantom Dancer. Not really sure. I want to say Static Shiv might have been better, because it gives you the extra burst damage through Nasus, because when Nasus withers me, I'm going to get like no attacks off. But if I had a Static Shiv, I'd at least get that extra bit of damage, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, really. I don't think that's what lost me this game anyway. That's what I'm trying to say, really. So again here, this Casting keeps using his Rift Walk to get on top of people's heads that are melee. And then he dies, like... Oh my god, man. Honestly. It's really frustrating watching this back for me. Like, it's actually really annoying me. But, okay. I got my Nasus here. Correct play. Get a kill. Cool. Man, it's hard to think after seeing things like that. Just like, I swear I just lose brain cells watching people play like that. It's just like, even at low reloads, like if I see someone do something like that, it just tells me that they're not an experienced player, because that's an easy mistake to make. You think someone's not as powerful as they are, and then they kill you. That's a common mistake people make quite often, and I've made it myself quite often. And eventually you learn the game, and you get enough experience, and you experience the situation enough that you never really make that mistake again. Whereas Caston, I'm sure has played like 2,000 games and still making such like a basic common mistake. I don't understand it. And again, he just dies by rift walking in. I'm hitting things, hitting jacks, no other choice really. I turn my focus onto Varus here, which is nice, hit my EQ, and then get the kill. Couldn't really play that team fight better, from what I can see. Tryndamere kills Jax. I hit the creep there instead of going for Sona. Was that the right choice or not? No, because we don't actually kill Sona. We do, okay. So it wasn't that bad of a thing. It wasn't the best thing in the world, but it wasn't that bad of a thing. I pinged Tryndamere back here. And then he just keeps going and going and going and going. I crit Nasus for 155 damage. This is what I'm saying about Infinity Edge, basically. And I go back to bottom lane to farm. I think correct choice, because there's no way I kill Nasus at this point of the game. Absolutely no way. 200 armor with a frozen fist. Iceborne Gauntlet, that's what it's called. Iceborne Gauntlet. There's no way I kill him. Absolutely no way. And I'm not even prepared to even try at this point, because, yeah. And I guess here I wanted to go back and finish my Quicksilver Sash so I could actually do something in team fights. Yeah. So this is another thing with taking Cleanse of a barrier. Basically what I've given up is like, I just spent 1600 gold on an item that I could have had at level 1 in reality. Which could have been like, I could have had like, okay, Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, and then like a pickaxe instead of these items. and I think that would have been a lot stronger. I mean, I don't think it would have won me the game probably, but it would have been a lot stronger. So that's something really to note. Actually, that's a quite important deal. If you're going to learn anything from this game, learn how to analyze your item choices and your summoners, because this is a massive deal to me. Infinity Edge Phantom Dancer pickaxe instead of Bloodthirster Phantom Dancer Quicksilver Sash. So much more, so much more damage, and just everything in general. I think that would have been like 1,000 times better. So I've learned one thing from this game, and that's important to me. So we'll see how the rest of this game pans out, I guess. I'm sure I make a mistake. Yeah, I make a mistake here. I eat back and then get stunned, and I don't cleanse it. I just die. So honestly, that was 100% my mistake. I didn't actually use my Quicksilver Sash, even though I just bought it, and then I just kind of died. So bad mistake from me there. Admittedly, it's probably one of the first ones I've made this game, but I still made a mistake, so it's important to notice that. Okay, this team fight's quite messy. Okay, so this A-star team, which was actually my fault, kind of. So that's a good thing to note. I just kind of cost my team an ace. I mean, as harsh as it is to myself, like, I pretty much cost my team an ace there. It'd be hard to say I didn't. They didn't have to go in after me, obviously, but I mean, I still cost my team an ace at the end of the day. And Varus, I make another mistake there, actually. And Varus just killed me. So that was second mistake in the space of like 30 seconds. I don't know why. I guess ER was the right thing to do because I would never have killed him auto attacking. He had me beaten on auto attacks, as you could see from that fight. He started out lower than me when he started hitting me, and then he caught up to me because he has more items than me. Simple math, really. So I can see why I tried that play, but it'd been better if I flashed ER'd instead of just ER'd. So he hit me and killed me. So 2 mistakes in 30 seconds. I'd guess that was due to annoyance, but I can't really say. But I would presume that's just because I was annoyed at the game. So Jax tries to kill here. Ioma doesn't really do anything. And then I have to run away. He was quick there, what happened? He just gained like speed for no reason, that was weird. Now I'm kind of left farming. So now Varus is 11-5. And he kind of got, like, he didn't really lose the lane, but he didn't really win the lane either. It's just kind of due to his team, I guess. I'm sorry about double warlogs, like, what is this play? I don't even, whatever, I don't even know. I honestly don't. I think it's something worth to note is that these games are played on, I think it was like a Saturday afternoon, or like a Saturday evening, or something like that. And I've noticed something with playing on weekends, like, whenever I play on weekends, like, the quality of games just seems to be so much lower. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's people coming home from school and deciding to play LoL, or if it's people, I don't know. I don't want to really like generalize too much, but quality of games and just general like chat, I guess, like how people treat each other on weekends is just so bad in comparison to the rest of the week. This is kind of proof of it. I never really get people like this on weekdays when I play. I don't get people that just do absolutely amazing things like this Tryndamere, not Ulming, and this Tryndamere and double warlocks. I don't tend to get that on weekdays. It tends to happen a lot more on weekends. Maybe that's just coincidence, I don't know. So we'll see what I do in this last fight, but looking at their team compared to ours, this is going to be a hard one to win. And before this team fight starts, because this is pretty much the end of the game, I'd like to say I could have tried to split push even this game, but now that Nasus has become popular, like split pushing against a Nasus is really hard to do. Not just because he can come and stop you indefinitely with Wither, because I mean it only has like what 10 seconds, maybe 6 seconds cooldown, even. Wow, 6.6 second cooldown. Now that's a 5, so he can pretty much perma Wither you. Like really, that's what you're looking at, and now Home Guard exists. People at higher lows realize every time you try to split push, basically one person recalls the Home Guard and they stop you. Like people have learned now, really. You can still do it, but it's just not as effective. And now as well, like if I tried to split push, my team would die 4v5 without a doubt in my mind, and then I'd just be sat there attacking turrets, and the game would be over. I have actually a Varus game where that same thing actually happens, and I'm stuck just hitting this turret while my base is dead. And maybe I'll show you that game eventually, or like next couple of days. I'm not really sure. This one's been so bad watching it back that I'm not sure I can go through another one, but we'll see. Anyway, last team fight, we'll see what happens. I'm hitting Nasus for 160. 200 crit, yeah, it's like nothing. Guess that's another thing really quick. If I didn't have to buy this Quicksilver Sash, I could have actually had a Last Whisper now. And that would have really benefited me this team fight. Like a massive amount. Because they all have so much armor, they're just so tanky. So I got caught here by Varus, kind of. Withered, cleansed out, barrier flash. Pretty good play there. I probably shouldn't have got caught, but at the same time I lived, which is the important thing. Just doing damage here to Fizz, I guess. I use my Q there because I hit 4 people with it. It's always good to hit 4 people with Q no matter what stage of the game it is. Attacking from the base here again because I don't want to like move out of the base. Hit almost an ICR. Jax dies by the tower. I'm stuck here with Red Buff just chasing people. See, double Warmark is so useless. Like, if you had armor that'd have been better. Tried to Q Fizz, not happening. I should E backwards here, but I don't. I guess I was just scared of Fizz killing me. Which is kind of like understandable, I guess, watching this back. Because he could have probably QW'd me and just killed me. I don't know though, maybe not. But I guess I just didn't want to die and have the game end there. Maybe a mistake, you know, 50-50 chance that I would have killed Fizz. Probably would have killed him, but at the same time you just never know for sure, really. And also I'm pretty sure that I wasn't paying attention to Sona, and I don't know if she actually had exhaust or not. Same thing for Fizz. I don't know if he actually had barrier ignite. I don't think I was paying enough attention in that team fight while I was fighting it because I just sort of got jumped on and then had to run away. So I guess I didn't track all them cooldowns properly, which is something I could do better in the future. I'm gonna put a chat on really quick and just see what's happening. Right, okay. Let's not really look at the chat. So, castings out 11 times. 9 times on Chandramere. So I guess this is the last actual fight, even though we have like nothing left in our base. And we'll just see what happens. So I have my Last Whisper now actually. So I should be able to do damage to people, really, in theory. Did I buy like... I could have bought a Home Guard here. In 3 gold. I should have bought a Home Guard. I'd be surprised if I don't go back and buy a Home Guard. That would be a mistake to me. And I guess I don't go back and buy it because there's not enough time left. So that's a mistake as well. I should have bought a Home Guard here. It's really effective to buy a Home Guard. And there's no way I'm going to complete like another item anytime soon, so Home Guard would have been by far the best use of my gold. I did buy a red potion, which was a good use of my gold, but not Home Guard. I make a nice trap here, and I'm just hitting Nasus. Get jumped on, get E away from the jump for a stun. Trying to do damage, but I can't really hit much. I don't really have a front line, so hitting things isn't really an option. Jumped on again. Lulu Ultimate, now it's time to hit things. I just nice damage here, back off. And then my team's kind of falling around me. I'm just doing damage, 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 damage. Okay, I attacked the whole fight here. And I hit like key targets. I hit Fizz and I hit Nasus a little bit, but I hit mostly key targets. And Varus like 3 hits me. And then they just killed an Axis. Right, okay. So, ending thoughts on my own self-analysis. Cleanse would have made me do more damage, for sure, which might have changed the game and maybe made it possible to win. At the end of the day, Barrier really didn't do a lot for me, and it kind of cost me the game if anything. And I had the wrong runes. I should have had Lifesteal, Quince, and built an Infinity Edge, because that would have changed my damage output quite substantially. What else was there? Got caught twice here, died stupidly. 2 mistakes. And I think that's about it really. So I learned a bit from this game watching it back. I now understand why I lost it and what I could have done better. Saving graces again, 260 group kills in comparison to the rest of the team. Still highest in the game. Still maintained a positive score even with that kind of team. That's important to do. Like if you're watching this game now and you're thinking, well, I have these kind of games all the time. Look at your own score too, because it's very important that you look at your own score. Like I'm 756 with 260 group kills. I could have been in Varus's place and still would have won. That's a really important thing to notice. Like I can pretty much freely say I didn't deserve to lose this game. It was pretty much 98%, I guess, my team's fault. But I still played a very solid game and ended up with a nice score that I can be happy about, I guess, because I didn't play bad, and that's important. Like when your team plays bad, it's easy to play bad as well. But then you just become a worse player, so why play bad and not put effort in? So they're basically the concluding thoughts. Hopefully you learned something from this game and it wasn't just a stomp of people like most Road to Diamond games have been. And it was actually like a decently, I wouldn't say enjoyable experience for me, because honestly watching someone who plays back from this Tryndamere especially, and this casting, just like make my head hurt. Trying to understand what's going through their head when it happens is just like, wow, that was amazing. And I just can't process it at all, and it just frustrates me. But yeah, so the next two games from the Road to Diamond series are going to be Reformation series, which actually was an amazing series, I think, and hopefully the games reflect it. Especially the last game, my promotion game, was absolutely insane. It was probably one of the best games I ever played and watched. So hopefully you look forward to watching that one, because it was really good. Again, thanks for watching this video, and it's 5 AM, so I'm sorry if I'm talking quick or loud or I'm just absurd, I don't really know. And yeah, pretty much.